Drawn comb. Is too much of a good thing a bad thing? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome to day 11 in our beekeeping tip of the day. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're talking about something that's really important, and it's giving drawn comb to a new hive. Now, drawing up comb is a very resource-intensive process for the honeybees. If you can give them drawn comb, you can really accelerate the growth of a new hive, especially if you're dealing with package bees. But giving a colony too much drawn comb can be a bad thing, and here's why. Let's say, as an example, you have a nucleus colony that you just moved into a deep, and you go ahead and you fill out 5 frames with the nuke, and you put 5 frames of drawn comb in. Now, a nuke is generally, it's a stronger, small colony, but it is still pretty small. If you have 5 frames of drawn comb in there, there's always a possibility that a wax moth can get in there to that drawn comb in the areas where the bees are not guarding anything and they're not protecting it. And you run the risk that that wax moth tries to get in there and do some of the nasty things that they do. Now, in the spring, I don't have a lot of problems with wax moth. The hives are ramping up so quickly. They're growing so fast. They seem to do a really good job keeping them in check. But as you get towards the early part of the summer and midsummer, that's where they really start to show up and cause trouble. So here's my recommendation. If it is in the springtime, they'll draw comb really fast, they will grow really fast, and it's not a big issue. But as you're trying to continue that moderate growth that you'll see in some places, depending on whether or not you have a summer flow, some places it's just one long summer flow. Other places it has a couple of areas of dearth in between. My recommendation is give them a frame that they actively need now, +1. But as you're doing your weekly inspections, remember we got to get in there every week and do those inspections. When you're in there, always check that drawn comb. See, a wax moth will go into a space where it's just wax foundation, or it might just be plastic foundation on a wooden frame. They'll walk right past it. They don't care. Or they'll just hang out there for a while and wait until they can get into the good stuff. But if they find abandoned drawn comb, they will do something like this in this little video right here. It's nasty. It's disgusting. You don't want that. Like I mentioned, it is resource intensive for them to draw comb, but you are far better off for them to run out of the drawn stuff that you've given them and make them have to do a little extra work than you are to put too much in and have the wax moth take hold and completely destroy everything. Your colonies will abscond very quickly when the wax moth takes over, and it's just a sad situation. So folks, I hope that helped and you found some value in that. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you wouldn't mind, just real gently tap that like button for me. Outside of that, take care of yourself, be kind to one another. Remember that I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.